Here, not really. So as you may know, I was working on this Docker Compose dataset that Karim gave us, where we have in there a bunch of metadata about different repository, and I mainly worked on those project category. And so I used the CLI tool that I've built that is allowing me to run the actual agent to generate the Docker Compose. And after that, I manually annotated 18 example. Not that running this took 8 hours. Running 18 Docker Compose to get 8 hours on my side. Or something like it was like all day waiting for that. That was very painful. But after after it completed, I was able to annotate each of those traces, and in the output of those traces, I will open one. In the output here, if it load, I have the message output of the LLM that tells me, oh, I successfully created the Docker Compose, everything is fine, etc. But what I do is that I also have access to the tool calling in there. And the tool calling is allowing me to actually validate that the sentence at the beginning is correct or not. And so the annotation that I did was scrolling over all of those here until I reach the end. And in the end here, oftenly we will be seeing the LLM calling, I'm looking for it, sorry, calling this tool here, which is the Docker container status tool. And the output of this status tool is that here we have the service SUT that is running from 14 seconds and up 7 seconds ago. And this allow me to annotate the trace and say that the Docker Compose state is running healthy and it's a valid Docker Compose that worked. And so I did that on those 18 examples there. And it allowed me to create some graphs showing which repository we actually worked on and which one we didn't. And so that's what I will be showing to you. But this part here was manually done and was quite a long process, but was definitely worth it. I will start first by showing you some graphs generated by my beautiful cursor. I will go there. So like this is the composition of the dataset. We have a lot of Nest.js, Django, Fast API, and not that this is the 50 example in dataset, but I only took randomly 20 of those. So like we have this dataset that explain a bit more. Like we have a lot of Node.js and a lot of Python. Bun is also actually considered Node.js. It's just it also consider like TypeScript basically. It's a different runtime, but same language. Here we have a lot of Postgres, a bit of SQLite and MongoDB. So that's good. And the idea was, I won't go over all of this. I will be sharing those graph. But the idea was, all right, based on those 20 example that I did, or it was 18 example that I did, I grabbed here how many of them are actually running healthy, how many are running. So the difference between running healthy and running is that running healthy means we are sure it's actually running and waiting for the endpoint to be called, like the service is running. When we see running, it's because I annotated the trace such as I see that it actually successfully start the container, but based on the trace and based on what the LLM has done, I'm pretty convinced that it won't be working. But so it's uncertain if it will be running or not. Not that I didn't run any of those Docker Compose myself after that. to validate, I look into just the output here of the LLM. But some of them, if I search in their logs, some of them has the logs that is here. I have the tool call of the log, so I can actually see the log and see if it successfully or not started the thing. So that's and here, for example, you can see the status of the Docker Compose. So that's how I've been manually annotating all of that data set, and I've seen 8 traces, so 8 repository who actually just excited, and the LLM actually gave up on it and didn't complete the task. So far, any question in there on that subject?